urge of getting into the seawater again? Or feeling the need to spend a whole day on the beach perhaps? Or maybe even wanting to have an escape from reality? Well, this kind of adventure suits you well and got you covered.
You see rivers and lakes, and you wish to float in the water. Human psychology works differently, but it doesn't stop you from thinking. In that case, you either need a boat or a kayak to float. The mind of kayakers always wants a chance to do kayaking. You ever think why kayakers do love that? It's a fun game or pleasure. You may stick to it with some adjectives.
Advantages of kayaking and canoeing provides a generous impact on physically and mentally. It keeps you safe from the boringness. The more you are into kayaking and canoeing, the more you start knowing the kayaking and canoeing. It not only gives joy and pleasure, but also helps to improve brain and blood circulation.
Advantages of kayaking and canoeing. Kayaking and canoeing is a kind of exercise and fun game. If you kayak with friends, people have been kayaking since they enjoy it themselves. Besides, good things live long. Kayaking and canoeing is one of the good stuff that happen to enthusiastic people. Here go the advantages of kayaking and canoeing that you are waiting for. First, achieving ideal body weight.
Second, increasing body muscle strength.
Next is help the legs too.
Enrich your endurance capability.
Improve heart health.
Kayaking and canoeing reduces stress.
It increases happiness.
Improving focus.
It's enhancing memory of the brain.
Helps in bonding and socializing.
And helps you to gain quality of sleep.
Chance of self-improvement.
Canoeing is the sport of propelling an open canoe using a paddle. In 1924, the sport of canoeing first appeared in the Olympics at Paris. Canoeing was originally a form of long-distance transportation in North America, the Amazon Basin and Polynesia, as well as many other countries. Canoes were traditionally made from wood and bark, then wood and canvas, and from the progress to aluminum. Most canoes today are made from molded plastic or a composite like fiberglass. The kayak was invented over 4,000 years ago. The kayak is believed to have been first invented 4,000 years ago by people often referred to as Eskimos. The oldest surviving kayaks can be seen in Munich, Germany, in the Five Continents Museum. The oldest one here is a staggering 450 years old. The first kayak were made from animal skin and whale bones. The first kayak were made from animal skin, usually seal and other water mammals. The skins were stretched over a hollow bone frame to create a point open top-style watercraft for navigating the cold waters of the North. Kayak were invented for rafting. Kayak were originally designed for hunting and fishing. In fact, the word kayak means hunt the boat. Although nowadays you are less likely to see someone hunting in a kayak and more likely to see them taking in the views in the local water. They were originally a vital tool for survival. Kayaking was first seen at the Olympics just under 100 years ago. Kayaking was first seen at the Olympic Games as a demonstration sport in Paris, France. The 8th Olympiad in Paris 1954 featured flat water canoeing and kayaking. However, the sport was not accepted as an Olympic discipline until 1936. The true Olympic sport of kayaking started in the Berlin 11 Olympic Games.
For canoeing, you'll need paddles, a personal flotation device, a dry bags to hold personal belongings, and other items to consider bringing are sun protection, a watch, snacks, and water.
First one is canoeing canoe. Canoes are general-purpose 2 or 3-person crafts, and between the disciplines of canoeing, the overall hull type stays similar. The second one is canoeing dry bags. Dry bags are devices that roll and seal items against getting wet. A personal flotation device, or life vest, is required to be out in the water at most times. It is a vest made of buoyant material to help you stay afloat in the water.
The last material we need in canoeing is paddles. Without paddles, canoeing would be at a standstill. The paddles for canoeing are different than that of kayaking. Kayaking is a relatively straightforward activity.
It requires only a few essential items, though other care may become necessary as the intensity of the sport increases. The basic equipment for a kayaking adventure is the first one is kayak. This one may seem like a no-brainer, but it is essential to remember to bring your kayak when going kayaking, depending on what type of kayaking adventure you are participating in, as well as the body of water you are kayaking on. And it is important to choose the right kayak. The next equipment is bilge pump. A bilge pump is an important safety item to have with you at all times while kayaking. The pump will help you to remove this excess water from the hull of the kayak, mitigating the dangers of a swamped kayak and restoring comfort to your kayaking adventures. The third one is dry bag. While storage is not essential for kayaking, a dry bag is a must-have for those who like to over-prepare. Next is paddle. It is really important to pick a paddle that is compatible with your type of kayak and the type of kayaking in which you are participating. The last equipment is life jacket or buoyancy aid. No matter the experience of the paddler, some form of a personal flotation device should be worn at all times while kayaking. In a rare event the kayak tips, these flotation devices can save your life. While kayaking, it is recommended that you choose a buoyancy aid over a normal life jacket as these provide a wider range of mobility around the neck and shoulders, better suited for the act of paddling.
Skills and techniques of canoeing. First, learn the G-stroke. Second, develop a great forward stroke. Third, properly tie your canoe to the car. Fourth, master canoe rescue technique. Fifth, learn the canoe rope race. Sixth, choose the perfect canoe paddle. First, learn the G-stroke. When it comes to basic canoeing techniques, the G-stroke is a skill that will immediately make you feel more adept on the water. Mastering this K-stroke will allow you to stop switching sides and actually steer the canoe exactly where you want to go. So, second, develop a great forward stroke. It may seem simple, but pulling forward stroke takes practice. You want to make sure that paddle blade is in position in such a way that you pull water efficiently and use the core muscles through the stroke for the maximum power and to reduce arm fatigue. Third is properly tie your canoe to the car. It's not an underwater skill, but properly lashing your canoe to the roof of your car will get you there. Most people aren't lucky enough to live right at their favorite paddling destination, which means transportation is part of their canoeing adventures. Fourth, master a canoe rescue techniques. Flips happen, but once you learn and practice proper canoe rescue techniques, they go from a catastrophic event to permanent fixed. Fifth is learn the canoe low brace. If you end up waving on choppy waters, the low brace is a great skill that can help you maintain confidence and prevent a capsize. Lastly, number 6, choose a perfect canoe paddle. Like many things in life, choosing the right tool for the right job will make it easier to improve. Just because it has a shaft, grip, and a blade doesn't mean a canoe paddle is the right size, shape, and angle for you. So we should choose the right canoe paddle and for us to perform well.
It's very important to know the rules and regulations to prevent accident and have a safety trap in canoeing. To get into your canoe, have someone hold the canoe steady. You don't want to tip the canoe before you ever get out in the water. Then, crack slow. Keep your knees bent and grab the sides of the canoe for balance as you walk to your seat. Always walk along the center. Keeping your feet on the center line will help keep the canoe from rocking. Then, stay low. Do not stand up or walk in your canoe when you are away from shore. Always wear your life jacket. You never know when you might fall out or tip over unexpectedly, so you must wear your life jacket, or call this PFD. Avoid sudden or jerky movements. Rocking from side to side could cause the canoe to tip over. Be aware of the currents in the water. You don't want to end up floating further downstream than you planned. If the current starts to pull you along faster, or you see lots of rocks in the water ahead of you, paddle away from them or paddle towards the shore. Sitting the side of the canoe will cause it to tip over. Stay away from low-hanging trees and branches near the shore. Do not canoe in bad weather. Avoid letting big waves hit the side of your canoe. Always try to keep your canoe at the right angle to the waves, otherwise the wave may push your canoe over. If your canoe tips over, don't leave farm. Stay with your canoe. Paddle or push your canoe to shore. With the help of the other person in your canoe, you can get out in the shallow water and flip the canoe to dump out the water and climb in. Your canoe will float even if it's full of water until you can get to shore empty of it. So always bring along extra clothing in a waterproof container. You want to be prepared in your case your canoe tips or the weather changes. Be sure to bring the proper equipment. Sun protection, which is hats, sunscreen, long sleeves, and pants. First aid kit, and especially plenty of food and water, life vest, and must be sure the map so that you know where you are so you do not get lost. Tie all your equipment to the canoe. Put your equipment in the waterproof bag to keep it dry and tie it to one of the center beams in the canoe so that you don't lose everything if your canoe tips over. Do not litter. Carry out everything you bring in. The animals don't like a messy home.
Best canoeing and kayaking destination in the Philippines. El Nido, Palawan, Olongo Island, Cebu, Kalangaman Island Lake, Panglao, Bohol, Kayaking Island, and so on. El Nido, Palawan is the one of the top tourist destinations in the Palawan, which is often referred as the Philippine Last Frontier.